I'm Gjoni, the president of Youth Atlantic Treaty Association of Albania. Research and lessons learned from politics and diplomacy has shown that negotiations and peace processes that include women tend to result in more durable and sustainable peace. What is your experience in this regard? And could you agree to this statement, and could you share any example that you have encountered in your professional life in support of this?
So there can be no sustainable peace without the inclusion of women. I think this is something that I need to reiterate because this is what our former Special Representative for Women, Peace and Security used to say. I could give one example, is that when I first started working in my section in engagements, I had to brief a very large group of Blue Book trainees. And it was my first very large briefing. And I could definitely say that it was a great experience, but I was also happy to hear that at the end of this briefing, I heard that the Blue Book trainees were satisfied from the briefing because I was a female representative of NATO. And this was the first time that they had another image of NATO instead maybe of a male figure with a military background.
The security and defense domain have been dominated by men for a very long time in history. Do you believe that setting a token level of quotas regarding the representation of women in security and defense decision-making by each member country might be the answer to achieve quality and a sustainable security and defense sector?
But first of all, it's important that we all understand the significance of gender, that it's not just about hiring more women in an organization, but it's also about the added value that gender brings in all the facets of security, from gender advisors in our missions to gender in counterterrorism, to the importance of gender dimension when dealing with civil society. But then again, these measures sometimes are necessary to use because we want to increase the number of women, for example, in armed forces. And these kind of initiatives are not about lowering the standards, and they shouldn't be.
Can we affirm that after 21 years since the UN resolution, the cross-cutting agenda of women, peace and security have moved forward to better ensuring women participation? And which are opportunities and challenges, if any, that lies ahead in the implementation process for our alliance?
I think that the quotas can motivate institutions because here there will be rapid changes because the responsibility will be set by the ministries, the government, the defense ministry, and this can lead to rapid legislative changes or directives. Of course, the UN Security Resolution 1325 had a profound impact worldwide, and it changed how we think about security. It also changed NATO, and here again I think that it is our ability to adapt as an alliance which was key for implementing the WPS agenda. We now have our new NATO WPS action plan, which covers the period from 21 to 2025. And it's a much more comprehensive and ambitious and forward-looking plan, which aims to further strengthen the cooperation with partners, but also international organizations and civil society. So if we look at what we have achieved so far at NATO, I think that NATO has gradually but successfully integrated gender perspectives into its mission planning, and also deployed a network of gender advisors in its crisis management network. And I think that challenges can sometimes be turned into opportunities. But this can only happen if there's a genuinely fair competition.
Being a female senior officer at NATO, in your experience, bears more opportunities or more challenges?
Women and men, this has been said by Secretary General and our leaders, that women and men understand and perceive security differently. When we include women in defense and security issues, we also include human security, but also protection of children in armed conflict or civilians, access to education. So it gives us a more holistic view of defense and security issues.
Considering the overall average of our audience, which is between the ages of 18 and 35, do you have a message addressed to the youth that may inspire and motivate them to work in this environment?
I want to encourage them all to put aside any fear or failure, or fear of failure or hesitation, and to pursue their goals, because this is our future. And the more proactive we are, the more engaging we are, the better we will integrate gender mainstreaming in our future.